the reason why I came here tonight was to give you a few ideas that you could discuss on. And that's, so we are going to break away into groups. I'm going to give you a few thoughts of mine. And I often just see myself as a thought leader, and that thought will provoke change in people. I'll break the rules. When people see me, they get scared of me because they, just by my intention breaks people's rules. Okay? So, and I want to talk a little bit about being authentic, having that authentic intention, because that does change people's lives. You know, change is a funny thing, and it does an incredible psychological thing in people's minds. To the fearful, it makes them more fearful. They get scared. You know, change is something that people are really scared of. To the hopeful, they get more hopeful because they want change. And it's exciting because if you haven't had, then change gives you a hope. And obviously to the inspired, as the least ability, the challenge exists to make things better. And you know, and that challenge is about being authentic. And you might ask, how can we be authentic? Well, firstly, we need to listen to people. And I think that, you know, if I look at my own life and I just think about it, I don't listen enough. I love talking. And, you know, often in that process of talking, we don't listen enough. So we really need to listen more, because if we are listening to someone and our agenda in our own minds is to think, what are we going to say next, what are we going to say next, we're definitely not authentically listening to the other person. So, you know, be mindful to listen and think about what the other person says before thinking about your own agenda and what you are going to talk about. You know, one of the things that I often see, and I attend a lot of functions and all that sort of thing, and I'm sure it's happened to you guys. They'll tell you someone's coming to speak. It might be the CEO of a company, it might be a government minister, and you're expecting this person to arrive there only to find that they didn't arrive. Now, what is the authentic message when that happens? And people will make all sorts of excuses. They're busy, you know, the president called them, you know, they had to go to an urgent meeting in London, whatever. Unfortunately, the message is not authentic. It's saying that I think I'm important and you mean nothing. You know, and that's often the message that comes through. So, you know, be mindful of that as well. Encourage others to keep their word, because you'll never get a second chance to make the right impression. And, you know, remind people of that. So if you are in a position where you're booking people and you've invited the president to come and speak, make sure that that person is going to be there. If they're not going to be there, ask them to tell you they're not going to be there. Just be honest. You know, that's authentic. And if we start driving the authentic message to people, we'll start seeing change. You know, the most effective way you can be authentic, and Sean over there there's Sean. Sean's in business with me. And we'll go into companies, people will ask us for our opinion, and we'll get paid good money to give persons an opinion that their wives would give them for free, okay, and their children would give them any day. They just need to listen to their wives, their children. Because the most authentic feedback you can get in your life is from your wife, your partner, your children. They will never lie to you. You know, they've got no reason to lie to you. You're not giving them a salary. So yes, that's being authentic. It's those sort of messages that need to come through. Now, obviously, if I bring this up, you might be saying, okay, so where's this leading to? Well, I'm glad we've got these teachers in the audience. You know, if you think about, we've got 70,000 textbooks that are short in South Africa. And whether those children have got their textbooks or not, I don't know what the real situation is, because we, you know, obviously the press tells us differently. But if you think about the authentic opportunity was for Jacob Zuma to say, great, these poor children do not have textbooks. I'm not interested in someone's political agenda. I'm not interested in the legal process that's going to run. I, as the president of this country, the true leader in this country, going to stand in there, forego some of my renovations, and get these children textbooks. Okay, that's authentic. That's what I call authentic leadership. You know, and often us here, as the change makers, you need to be aware of things. Things that we often perceive as negatives in this world are often a message coming to us saying, how can you make this positive? How can you turn it around? You know, how do you create the opportunity? And sometimes the leader hasn't got his ear to the ground, so be his messenger. Walk up to him and say, don't you think we should be doing this? And you have that opportunity. That's what lies in your hands, because you see that opportunity. You know, be mindful of those things in your life. See the opportunities. Often you'll see things as a negative, but there's a positive opportunity awaiting you. And it's your time to shine, because you've seen that opportunity. You know, be the people's ears. And, you know, it's amazing. If you don't, and Lisa alluded to this, if you're the person that doesn't want the credit, if you don't need the credit for what you're going to do, you can tell people the truth. Okay? You know, sometimes your job might be on the line. I've got so many instances in my life where I have challenged people head on. And people will say to me, yo, that is a career-limiting move. Only to find that that has become the best move I've ever made. And openly, in a thing like this, I will challenge a person, and they'll say to me, only you would say that. And I say, yes, only I would say that. But only I get that opportunity that comes from that, because only I said it. And that's where your opportunity lies as well. You need to be a leader, and you need to stand up, and you need to tell people things that they need to know. Now, moving on to keeping us in the South African climate at the moment, if we think of Marikana, and that's, you know, and I'd just like us to have a moment's silence for the people that lost their lives in Marikana. You know, a moment's silence is the highest respect you can pay to anybody. And you need, often in your own life, just to have a moment's silence for yourself, so that you can reflect on your day and give yourself that own respect back. When we look at Marikana, the message there, and it's a tragedy, and everyone who was there, it's a painful thing. And for us that weren't there, we'll probably say, thank heavens we weren't there. But the message goes out to the whole world, and that's that people don't listen. Okay? Sean actually consulted to that company 5 years ago where they didn't listen. And they rejected the social changes that needed to be done. So we could have told you 5 years ago the likes of Marikana are going to happen. You know, people don't listen, but when we don't, they need to listen, and people need to authentically listen. If you're not listening, things are going to happen. So it's a case of be authentic, care about people. It's not about the money, you know. And the big disparity of people, we can criticize them or we can help them. Your authentic intention of when you go to a person and you know what you want to change, it's your authentic intention, you almost don't have to tell that person why you came to see him. Because your very spirit that comes with you challenges that person to listen and to change. And the more you do it, you know, people ask me, how do we start a small change? A small change is started by a smile. Well, you know, I can walk past you, I can smile at you. The first time someone smiles at you, you kind of like wonder, okay, what happened? Someone else smiles at me, I go, must have spilled something on my shirt. But every time that happens and your thought goes away from the thought of the day to the reason why this person could have smiled at you, you change the thinking. And the more people smile, change happens. And that's how change gets momentum. So we start smiling, we start saying things, we start suggesting, and the change happens. And allow the process. So, you know, we're all agents for change. And it's just small suggestions, small intentions, thinking about the other person before yourself, that causes change. Smiling at them, saying nice things, giving people recognition, that's what ignites change in people. You know, as Walida mentioned to you, I'm on social media, and I want to touch on social media a bit about, because this is another area where you can help people. I don't know if you've ever heard why people don't, or their reason for not being on social media. What is some of the, you ask your friends, are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? What do they say to you? What do they say? It's a waste of time. What else do they say? Privacy. Privacy, yes. Too addictive. Yes, here's the reason. Privacy being the main one. Now, when someone says to you, I don't want to be on Twitter, or I don't want to be on Facebook, because I don't want everyone to know my business, authentically, although you've got something to hide, yeah. What are you hiding? Okay? And when a company doesn't want to be out there in social media, what are they hiding? Okay? Out of Fortune 500 companies, only 20 of the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, that's 4%, are in social media. Okay, there you go. There's another reason. Okay? But what is the authentic message? When you say you're old, and you say, in other words, why are you the CEO of the company then? Because you're not in touch with the workers, you're not in touch with the people that spend the money with you, so why are you still the CEO? That's the authentic message. Okay? You're not in touch with the people, you don't care, or you're scared of negative publicity. Okay? So what are you hiding? How long do you think you could have hidden something?
But you don't want to know what people are saying about you.
What's that? You don't want to know. Let me tell you that I've got over 70,000 followers. And I doubt that even the people, and I know a few people who follow me here, they don't know much about me at all. Okay? I mean, I know Zalisa's been following me for about 3 or 4 months now, and I got a message from her, please let's meet for coffee so that we can talk so I can find out what you do. Okay? And that's good. So that tells you, you can have millions of followers and they still don't know you. So what is the problem? So get out there, give a message, because your message is important. You have the ability, without a doubt, to affect someone else's life. Dr. Seuss said, you are youer than you. There's no one youer than you, and that is truer than true. That's what it's about. It's about allowing people to engage with you, because it's not about you. It's about other people. It's about you're not here for yourself. You're here for other people. But if you don't allow yourself to engage with others, you'll never make that difference that you need to make in this world.